Okay, so today we're going to be making chicken Seekh kebabs. I tend to use a mixture of chicken and turkey. I buy this at Lidl because the mixture rate, it's 70% chicken and 15% turkey. Being 70% chicken, the mixture comes out juicier. If you have a higher content of chicken, it's going to be slightly dry, you know, because chicken breasts, etc., all that, they're kind of dry meats. Unless you add some fat to your mixture, I think this is the best. The other reason is because of the flavor. It gives it that kind of like a sweetish kind of flavor. Combined with all these spices over here, you will have an excellent end product. So, first of all, we start with an onion. And just to let you know, this is half a kilo. The recipe that I will be working for is a kilo, so it's 2 packets of these. And you can see more or less how much of product I put in there. So let's start by chopping the onion finely. You can chop it a bit more if you want, if you don't like your pieces being felt. I think that's right. Again, it comes down to the person. The finer it's chopped, I mean, if you go to restaurants and stuff, you will barely feel anything because it's really finely chopped. I kind of don't like that. Anyways, so let's make some space here. So, get our chicken. Whack that in there. Take that out. Get the other one. Whack that in there. Chop that out. I need some space here, so I'm going to put all this over there. Yeah, got that here. Then the next thing we do is chop a bit of coriander, fresh coriander. It's always advisable. I don't know, it's a kilo. You can more or less have an idea of how much coriander you want it to be visible. Just this much I'm going to get, a small handful. Just washed it a little bit, and yeah, finely chop. So the easiest way is just fully fold it and again the same. Fingers backwards. I just tend to put everything, even the stem, you know. I mean, just eat it all in it. Just kind of turn it around, you know, so that you're going and chopping it the other way. And feed it to the knife. This, I would advise it to be finely chopped, yes, because the leaves, you know, they don't tend to cut off easy when you're chewing. You don't want to pull out a huge ass leaf. So yeah, finely chop it. I'll do it one more time. love that smell of coriander. Put that one in there as well. Okay, so now you can use 2 sliced breads, or you can use anything else that you like maybe to bind it. This is a binding agent basically. It's bread. This is just a hot dog bread. The recipe calls for 2 slices for this. I just use a little bit. I don't really like that much bread in my food. I just had some leftover. It was going bad, so I thought, let's give it a, let's use it up. Break it up into pieces, I'd suggest, because you're gonna be mushing it all together. Just cut it in half. I'm gonna make it a little bit like this. Oh, actually they were supposed to be soaked, so as I forgot, I'm going to put a bit of water on top of that. Yeah, they were supposed to be soaked because that's the way they're going to break up. Just forgot about it. So soak it up. Anyways, yeah, whack in there. Okay, 1 egg. Again, I think it's one of the binding agents, so just failure in cracking that egg. We no longer need our tray, so we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so those are the main ingredients, and now we're going to add the other ones, the spices, the flavor to it basically. Flavors based on, I guess, how Indian you are, Okay, no, that's not the right word. But the flavors are based on what's your threshold of spices. So we got our main mixture here. Looks lovely. Wow. Anyways, don't need that either. Fridge. Okay. So first things first, we'll start with, as all Indian cuisine, ginger garlic paste. If you don't have it, you can make your own mixture. It's a tablespoon of this. I might add a bit more. Oh, let's see. Yeah, like that's just about a tablespoon. But I'm gonna add a bit more. So just whack it in there. Why? Because ginger and garlic kind of, for me, enhances the flavor of everything. 1.5 tablespoons probably. Why not? A bit more. Go on there. Oh, so this being pre-prepared, it's not as strong as your regular homemade paste. So let's just say I put 1 heaped tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. It is followed by cumin powder. So let's see if I have some here left over, because I want to finish whatever's left over in here. It's again 1 tablespoon of this. Okay, so that's just lame. Cumin powder, ground cumin powder. So that's like a heaped tablespoon. Just spread it around. Alright, so cumin is done. Spread that downwards so it doesn't come out the next time. We'll follow it by coriander powder. Again, 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. Done with that. Then 1 tablespoon of garam masala. That's that. And 1 tablespoon of chaat masala. If you don't have this, you can substitute it with the mango amchur masala. This gives it that boost of flavor. 1 tablespoon should be good. Tablespoon. It is optional to add tandoori masala. It gives it that reddish kind of flavor. I mean, you know, the reddish kind of color. You can use tandoori paste as well if you wanted to. Salt as well, according to taste. Add a bit of salt. I'm not a heavy salt eater, so I just put a little bit just to give it that little oomph. And yeah, you can use tandoori masala. This time I'm going to use as a substitute butter chicken masala because I like the flavor of butter chicken. But it's completely optional. It's not necessary. Again, 1 tablespoon. So we're going to add tandoori masala, so it gives it a bit of that spice, you know, chili, like picante flavor. Okay, and finally, last but not least, oil. 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. This will keep them slightly moist if you decide to cook it in the oven. Cool. Once that's done, start mixing. So let's just mix a little bit with the spoon. Shit, it's coming out. But obviously this is not going to be a good way of mixing. Always use, oh shit, you see what I'm saying? But at least the main mixture is kind of like, you know, just overall mix it with your spoon first, and then I'd say dig in, because you know it's going to be a better mixture. As you can see, the chunks of meat are still separate. I've just started mixing. You get a whiff of all those spices as well coming up. Okay. Best way of mixing is with your hands. Just wet your hands a little bit so the meat won't stick to your hands. Oil does not help. So I'm wet and start mixing. Yeah, best way is grab from the bottom, push forward, you know, and bring it towards you. Just as if you were doing pizza dough. That way you know, like you're grabbing everything, pushing it downwards, and keep stirring it. You can mix it the Turkish way, as you've seen a lot of Turkish TV shows, cooking shows. They just throw in a slab, like a chopping board, and just kind of like knead it like dough. That's another option as well. I don't have that option at the moment, so you can see, obviously you can tell when the mixture is actually mixing up as well. There's no longer just pure pink. As you can see, it starts sticking now because the water's missing. Add more water to your hand. Literally just dab it. Just dab it in water. And you continue, then it doesn't stick. Best. See, this is what I meant. Like, mostly the onions are really small sliced in there. But sometimes you get chunky and you're like, ooh, that does taste quite nice. Anyway, so that is that. Now, how would you know if the spices are correct and whatnot? Like, obviously it's raw chicken, you're not gonna try it, are you? So you can always, like, you know, once it's mixed fully, let's add a bit more hand wash, water, my hand, and mix it a bit more. Yeah, once it's fully mixed, you can always try cooking a little bit, like maybe one kebab, and tasting it. And then you'll know for sure if it's perfect or not. And if something's missing, just add it, you know? So yeah, that's our basically mixture. You can see the consistency, how it is. And I would obviously be grabbing these and grabbing them like that. I like to eat them any shape, I don't really mind, but Seekh kebabs tend to be like longer shapes, you know? That kind of shape. But we'll do it now, so hold on. A lot of people say once you've mixed it, you can put it into the fridge, let it, you know, marinate in its own juices. Normally that would be the case. Just for video purposes, I'm gonna make it now. I'd say about 1 hour of leaving it marinated in the fridge would be fine. That way also all this, like, you saw how this was just falling apart. It won't be as bad because the water and all that would be kind of sucked into the mixture, and you would have an easier time managing it. So let's move this here. Look at this mess, lovely. I'm gonna use this for scooping out stuff, move everything away so we can start making some kebabs in a pan. So we got our pan. The best way to serve these is actually semi-cooking them, so halfway cooking them in the oven, and then you can leave them aside. So as guests start coming up or whatever, or whoever you're making it for, I mean for yourself or whatever, then you just fry pan them. Yeah, because then you will know they're made from the inside, and this won't suck out or, you know, dry them up that much. In the oven they tend to be juicier because of the oil that we put in there, and be softer as well. So yeah, half cooked there and half cooked here, so that has that sear as well from the outside, and it's really tasty. So we're just heating that up right now. Let it heat up. Okay, so we have our frying pan here, just heating it up right now. The best way to cook this, I would suggest, is half in the oven, so that you know they're cooked semi from the inside. It maintains its juices as well in the oven, and then you pull it out and then you sear it on the pan, you know, so that it gets that outer texture as well, kind of like that. It holds it in. I don't know, I just don't know how to explain it, but it's tastier that way. The sear of all these seared spices and whatnot. It's not obligatory, but yeah, it's an option. Also, when you have cooked them in the oven, you can also leave them in the fridge, whatever, and when people come out, just literally pop them in a pan, 5-10 minutes, and it's ready. So initially, I'm just heating it up a little bit. Let's see if this is hot. Yeah, it is hot. I'm not going to put any oil initially. This is a non-stick pan anyways. I want to try how much oil is in my mixture. So what I tend to do is wet my hands. With my hands, get like a scoop, you know, like one of those ice cream scoops, whack it in here, and that would be my Seekh Kebab. Shape it like whatever shape you want, if you're making burgers or rolls. I kind of like to pat them down and just drop them there. I'm gonna make 2 for the video. Taste the, how do you call it? The spices, and if they need more, which I can smell that right now, so I don't think you'll need more, but if it needs more, we'll add more to the mixture. It is cooking, just in case it didn't look so. The way I like to cook things as well is just leave them there so that they cook all the way halfway through. You can see it now, it's almost halfway through cooked. And then you just flip it, you know, you don't have to constantly that way you're also sure that it's been cooked, especially chicken, sometimes you can't tell. So yeah, as soon as cooked to one side, let's flip it over. Yeah. Now, I don't see no shine in my meat here. See? There's not much of a shine. So obviously, I know that it's not going to be as flavorful in that sense. Not flavorful, but you know, when it has a shine, you know, it's like oily, a bit of juiciness to it and whatnot. So you can add a bit of oil. It will definitely help for the end goal. Let's get it around. See, that looks different. How to serve these? Well, these are flavorful with a lot of spices. I'd say have some kind of sauce that's yogurty, kind of, so it mellows that down as well. And then it's up to you whether you want to whack it in some wraps, or you want to have some naan with it, or just like that. Or you can have some kind of tangy sauce with it as well, so it'll enhance slightly bit more the flavor as well. I like to go the Turkish way. So a bit of a yogurt, I guess, with salt, pepper, and yeah. So yeah, that kind of seems done. So you can tell it's done. Cut it to make sure. You can tell chicken is done. Also, it's really hot right now, but you know, if I squeeze it, you can see the juices come out. Perfect. I don't need to add anything to it. Take that off, lower the heat, and again, I'm going to show you. See? So you see that juiciness? That will be more if it were done in the oven half and just seared on top. The sear definitely gives it that nice flavor as well. Our dog here down here. She probably approves of the smell. Yeah. So enjoy. Fuck.